Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me. Welcome to today's final front load and another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do the usual disclaimers, if you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic refused, so you know the drill. Please read the article and share, pardon me, on all your social media. Also included in there is NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC ever actually does see through with their threat. Trigger warning 1. When we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you do got young children present, please make sure to go ahead and utilize your headphones. Trigger warning 2. This channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously parental supervision is very much advised, all right? Okay, so where we left off last time, as discussed in the previous comment response, comments on the proposed rule from healthcare providers and experts not affiliated with JRC. Shots fired. Shots fired. Tell them. Tell them about it. Indicate that positive behavioral interventions are more advanced and effective than described in the proposed rule. And most importantly, such interventions are very low risk. In other words, these forms of interventions do not end up with me having second to third degree burns. Based on the FDA's expertise, experience, and knowledge of the literature, we agree with the findings of Dr. McCracken, who testified that the majority of this patient population can be successfully treated using a combination of positive behavioral supports and pharmacotherapy without use of ESDs. In other words, folks, the good majority of us folks out there have been helped and have had large success rates when need to and necessary, proper medication has been provided as a supplement along with that treatment program. Quite frankly, without my medication back in the day, I would not have made it through high school. I can say that unequivocally without any doubt in my mind. Now, that medication had severe side effects that I still deal with, and I no longer take it. But at this point in time, my age, a lot of things get solved with just merely aging, folks. Believe it or not, right? But in situations where there needs to be that little extra, the good majority of the rest of the planet goes to medication, not torture. They do so because we realize in the real world that as corrupt as Big Pharma may be, proper medication when paired with a treatment program is ultimately successful. And no, the doctor is not deliberately trying to get you to drive your kid into a catatonic, drug induced stupor. Why? What would be the point in that? The doctor's not getting kickbacks. You see what I mean? Kitten down. Sorry, he's near the TV fireplace thing. I don't want him to burn his paw. The point is, literally every other treatment facility on planet Earth that is like, not Iran or something along those lines. Usually for the individuals who need that additional help, will supplement what treatment program they are on with medication. That is actually the standard of treatment. All right? Literally the standard. Literally what everybody does. And you cannot tell me with a straight face, because again, the math is not mathing here, that your kids are so severe that none of that could ever work, and you just don't know because you never dealt with people this severe. But Karen, I have. A, that was me. B, I worked in the field over 25% of my state. That is thousands of consumers that I was serving, folks. Okay? You cannot tell me out of all those thousands of consumers that I helped to oversee that not a single one of them were as severe as the kids at JRC. And let's not talk about myself here. Let's talk about the rest of fucking planet Earth. Okay? They use that method as well. Because we understand in the year of our Lord 2024 that pharmacology is light years from where it used to be. We understand that the proper medication mixed with the proper treatment program has remarkable results with a good majority of those of us who receive services. That's what the data says. That's what the scientific literature says. That's what the independent studies that corroborated the findings all say. Okay? I would rather take a pill and have a slightly aching tummy as opposed to being slapped on an electric shock device and shocked multiple times a day just below the lethal limit. I think I'm going to have to go with the gold standard here, although there are parts of the gold standard that need to not be there. I'm not saying anything, like, hey, hairball. You get what I'm saying, right? Okay, we're going to close out. I know it's short and sweet. I apologize for that. We'll probably be back tomorrow. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So you know the drill. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to hit those comments. I appreciate your time. And as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I'm going to go pass out now. Bye-bye.